just as this tax story was about to break overnight, Donald Trump was on stage unleashing a new round of attacks on Hillary Clinton. He's targeting everything from her health to her marriage. ABC's Devin Dwyer joins us now from Washington with more. Devin, good morning.
Good morning, Cecilia. You know, Donald Trump had been hinting about more aggressively attacking Mrs. Clinton on her character, and overnight he did, even questioning her fidelity to her husband.
In Pennsylvania overnight, Donald Trump's campaign against Hillary Clinton got even more personal.
She could be crazy. She could actually be crazy.
With attack after attack.
She's an incompetent woman, and I've seen it. She's an incompetent woman.
Trump even going after Clinton's marriage, claiming without evidence that Clinton is unfaithful to her husband.
I don't even think she's loyal to Bill. You want to know the truth. And really, folks, really, why should she be, right? Why should she be?
Trump stirring up a political storm as he bragged about arriving in his helicopter in the middle of one.
I said, are you crazy? Land the helicopter.
Then mocking Clinton for her recent bout of pneumonia and impersonating her public stumble on 9/11.
And she can't make it 15 feet to her car. Give me a break. Give me a break.
And still battered by reviews of his first debate, Trump's doubling down on his blame of the mic.
And they gave me a bum mic.
Trump telling the crowd watching his performance on stage is like a night at the movies.
Right now you say to your wife, let's go to a movie after Trump. But you won't do that because you'll be so high and so excited that no movie is going to satisfy you, okay? No movie.
Now, the Clinton campaign responded to Trump's barrage of personal attacks overnight. Spokesman Brian Fallon saying Trump's speech was, quote, particularly unhinged, that Trump was, quote, sweating the looming New York Times story on his taxes. Dan and Cecilia?
Devin, thank you for more on all of this. Let's bring in ABC News chief anchor George Stephanopoulos, who's going to be hosting this week later this morning.
Good morning, guys.
As you know, good morning, sir. As you know, there's been an enormous amount of pressure on Trump to release his tax returns. Will this latest story in the New York Times force his hand, perhaps?
I think this all but guarantees he won't. I mean, and it shows why he's resisted in some ways for so long. That loss of $918 million that he could write off for up to 18 years. Here's what we already know about his taxes. The tax returns that had been released in the late 70s showed he paid no federal income taxes. Records from the 2 years in the 1990s show he paid no federal income taxes. Now this document suggests that he could have gone for up to 18 years and not paid any taxes on the first $916 million in income, which does at least point to Trump's, resistance, historical resistance to releasing the tax returns. He seems to believe that the information in them is quite damaging. And note in that statement that he put out last night, it did not say that he paid federal income taxes.
Right, neither confirmed nor denied, basically, right? Also last night, this attack unleashing on Hillary Clinton, even now questioning her own fidelity in her marriage. What's going on? Is this a sign? Is he basically laying out the groundwork for this debate to come?
We'll see. Donald Trump is being Donald Trump right there. You know that one of his advisors, Rudy Giuliani, has said he should get tougher in the next debate. Mr. Giuliani is going to be on this week, later this morning as well. The question is this going to help him? Is raising these questions about her marriage going to get him any voters he doesn't already have? And it's especially tough in a town hall meeting kind of debate, which is the one coming up next Sunday, which is obviously, as you guys know, co-moderated by Martha Raddatz. You're going to be getting questions from actual voters. If you don't answer those questions in that kind of a forum and just go on the attack, that could turn some voters off.
You've got a poll that you're going to release on your show later this morning that shows just how well Hillary Clinton did in that last debate in terms of public opinion. What is her strategy? What should her strategy be going into this next one?
I think what the Clinton teams believe is they should do in this next debate exactly what they did in the last one. Answer the questions as best they can, bait Trump when they can. But going back to my earlier point, in these kind of town hall style debates, the most important thing for any candidate to do is to establish a real connection with those voters on the stage asking the questions.
And not check your watch.
Good idea.
Yes.
George H.W. Bush, 1992.
37 days to go, but who's counting? All right.
It's spoken like a campaign reporter.
Yeah, exactly.
Who wants 37 days to go by pretty quickly?
Faster, yes. We need the clock to move, yeah. And a reminder that George has a big show coming up later this morning on This Week, of course, including Bernie Sanders and Trump advisor, as he mentioned, and former New York City Mayor Rudy Giuliani. Also, don't forget the next presidential debate just 7 days away. It will air live right here on ABC. Of course, our own Martha Raddatz is co-moderating that. And first up, the vice presidential candidates face off this Tuesday. George will be anchoring our team coverage. Our whole team will be there. I will be there too, live at 9 Eastern right here on ABC. A very busy week to come.